Greetings friends, Jawless Paul here. In this video, I wanted to talk about weapons in the game of Hades. Now, I'm not going to rank them all, but I wanted to talk about each weapon and a aspect that I think is really good right when you are first unlocking the weapons. So, for instance, there are some weapons that are better when you've put maximum points into them, right? Like, aspect of Momus is one of those, I think, where if you put more points in, it's better because the delay between Omega bursts is faster, and so it works much better. Whereas aspect of Circe works great with just 1 point in it. So we're going to talk about each of those and why I like them, and I'm super keen to hear any of your thoughts about each of these as well. Do you agree? Do you disagree? That out of the way, let's talk about them. The first one we'll talk about is the aspect of Circe. When you are unlocking aspect of Circe, it's fairly cheap. It's just underworld materials. It costs 5 lotus and 5 marble. Marble you get from Tartarus, and lotus you get from Oceania. So not too difficult to unlock the first rank. And at the first rank, you really get most of what you want for this weapon. It looks like this. You got double your casts, and it creates this leash between them. I think any of the familiars would be fine with Circe. I think the strongest one is going to be Rocky. So if you're trying to choose one that's going to overlap your casts the most, I think Rocky is going to be closest to you most of the time. You can maybe get Tula to be close to you, like if you activate Tula and then she comes with you. That's a way to get casts together as well. But I prefer Rocky, but any of them will work in a pinch. And yes, at maximum rank, it does 30 damage, but at first rank, it does 10 damage every 0.2 seconds. That is 50 damage every second. Not the greatest thing ever, but I don't usually think of this weapon as primarily about the leash. This is a cast weapon, so if you boost up your cast quite a bit, this could be an incredible aspect even with just 1 point. So that's what I pick for the staff, is the aspect of Circe. 1 point in there and you've got a really awesome weapon for the staff. Super fun. Okay, for the daggers, I think aspect of Artemis is the right one here. Aspect of Pan is also really cool, but you kind of want the extra Omega special shots, and so for that you're going to need more ranks in that. Whereas aspect of Artemis, you get the majority of the functionality with just 1 point. You channel your Omega attack and you will parry and repost. So if you don't know, it blocks an attack of any kind, and then you're impervious for a second. You can't be damaged for a second, and the next 9 strikes have a 50% critical chance, and it's really good. So yeah, you just charge up, and so you have this bubble around you. And so if anything hits you, you're going to parry, which negates that damage. It's also going to make you impervious for a second, and it's going to give you crits. Very good. Very good. I recommend that when you have Artemis, that it's good to have the Sorceress. It's not super amazing to have Eternity, because Eternity makes it so, you know, sometimes you want to charge up that attack and then kind of walk towards enemies. And if everything is slowed down, it just makes it slows the whole thing down quite a bit. So I wouldn't put Eternity on with the aspect of Artemis personally, but great weapon with just 1 point into it. The extra points for aspect of Artemis give you increased Omega attack speed. So your charge up for your Omega attack is faster. Really nice, but not necessary to make the weapon fun and good. And in order to unlock the aspect of Artemis, you're going to need 15 silver and 1 glass rock. Glass rock you find in the Morning Fields, which is the 3rd biome of the Underworld. So both of them are Underworld resources, and the silver, we all know where to get silver in the first area of the Underworld. Right, next one is going to be the torches. The torches actually have a couple of good options. Aspect of Moros or aspect of Eos are both great. I think that Eos kind of is a little bit better than Moros, and I'll explain why. The way Aspect of Eos works is you fire off this giant thing and it'll do more damage the higher rank you have. But the cool thing about it is that it also fires your special. So you can get some really amazing combos. There's tons of really good builds with Eos, I think, to make it really good. You can even use your Omega special and get that spin around both, and you're just doing tons of damage. It's awesome, even if you haven't leveled up Eos all that high. Moros is also pretty good. Moros, it works just the same. You're going to have these attacks, and when you use your special, they're going to explode. Very, very cool. I think either one is good. Eos is just so dominant right now and so safe. It's so easy. Like, all you have to do is launch off that attack and then just use specials over and over again, and most things just die. I think Eos is a great beginner weapon. Maybe the best beginner weapon, to be honest. Like, if you can get that unlocked, that can help you with many of your clears very early. So, Moros or Eos, but I think Eos ekes out a little bit of it's a little bit better. For Eos, it's a little bit more difficult to unlock it. It requires driftwood, which is on the surface, as well as golden apples, which are on the surface as well. Moros as well is going to require a little bit more. It's a little bit more difficult. You need bronze from the surface, and you need tears from the third biome's boss fight. Next, let's talk about the axe. There's only one real choice for a 1-point wonder weapon. Thanatos is great, don't get me wrong. I think Thanatos is extremely good. But Aspect of Charon is, like, I think, the premier 1-point wonder weapon. All you need is a good way to regenerate mana, and the best way for this weapon is to use Apollo. Apollo, his cast boon, if you don't know Apollo's cast boon, or sorry, his mana regen boon, whenever your casts expire, restore some mana. So if you have that, you use your cast and you use the special. As soon as you use the special, you get the mana right back and you're able to fire it off again. So this is basically, it allows you to basically spam the special over and over again. And the special is so strong for the axe. The main issue with the special is how long it takes to charge, but there are ways to kind of speed up how quickly you can charge that special attack. So check that out. 1 point into the Charon axe is going to do wonders, and just so long as you have, I think that Apollo mana regen boon is the best, but you can experiment with other things. I just think that one allows you to spam it, and that's really what you want to be doing with the Charon axe. For the Aspect of Charon, you're going to need 5 pearls, which means beating the Oceanus boss fight 5 times. And you're going to need 1 of the Obol points cards, the cards that you get from Charon when you spend gold. That's what you're going to need to unlock Aspect of Charon for the first time. Next, let's talk about the skulls. The Aspect of Melinui is actually quite strong with the skulls, but the Aspect of Medea, I think, is going to be even better. And 1 point in the Aspect of Medea gives you the functionality, which is carrying all the attacks on your person, and then you just spam special through enemies, and all the attacks go off at once. It's really, really great, and there's a lot of great hammers that work well with Medea. Persephone isn't bad either, but I feel like Medea maybe is a little bit better, and Medea is just so strong. But 1 point is going to be great. Obviously, the more points you put into it, the more damage it's going to do. But yeah. Aspect of Medea is a little bit difficult to find. You need 4 iron, which is from the second biome of the surface, and you're going to need Nightshade, which is, you have to gather the seeds from the first area of the underworld. If you want Persephone, you're going to need 5 Poppy, which is seeds gathered in the final area of the underworld, and Moss, which is from the first area of the surface. All right. And then for the coat, I think the best aspect to grab is going to be the Aspect of Seleni. You start with Skyfall, a hidden hex that strikes multiple foes and applies Shine, which is a curse that makes foes receive 50% more damage from Omega moves in the last 80 seconds. Okay, so Aspect of Seleni is the coat. If you love the coat, I think you're going to love the aspect of Seleni. It's got a basic move set, but then if you charge it up, you get Skyfall, and it's a pretty good hex. I think it does a lot of damage. There's a nice Path of Stars upgrade tree possibly for it, and the duo for that hex is going to be with Ares, and it's very, very strong. I think you should check it out. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of any of the coats, truthfully, but I think of the coats, this is the one that I keep coming back to, and it's very, very strong. Aspect of Nyx is also really good, but I think that Seleni is the better one to choose for 1 point. And in order to unlock the aspect of Seleni, it's actually not too bad. It requires 4 silver and 4 moon dust. Friends, that's going to do it for my recommendation for 1 point wonder weapons. You just need to unlock it, and then it's pretty good. What do you think of that list? Does that seem good to you, or do you have a different choice in mind? I didn't include any of the hidden aspects for obvious reasons. I mean, the hidden aspects it takes a while before you get those, and by that point you've probably leveled up a few of these weapons to max, right? You actually have to level up one of the coats to max in order to find the hidden aspect, right? And that's true of all the weapons. So hope this was helpful or useful in some way for those of you out there who are trying to decide between the weapons and what they do. There are some that are just 1 point wonders in there, and they're quite nice. All right, friends, we'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.